Hello fellow pilots, this is Ian here from hobbyzone.com.au, and just to go through one of our latest batteries that we've got in. It's we've called them our Fpv-power packs. They are lithium ion technology, not lithium polymer, and a pack like this is a 3000 milliamp 3S. So these are the packs that we have available, ready for you to put your own connectors. They come unterminated with 16 AWG discharge wires and with a standard balance lead. They charge like a normal LiPo battery on your charger up to 4.2 volts, and they can go down as low as 2.5 volts per cell. So this is a 3-cell at 3000 milliamps, and this can give you, let me focus again, 20 amp discharge. So you can actually discharge this pack at 20 amp constant, and that's not a problem. She'll get nice and warm, but she's good. Now moving across to this side, we have still a 3S 1P, which is a 3S cell. Same connectors, same 16 AWG discharge leads, unterminated, ready for you to put your own connectors. But this is a 3500 milliamp. A 10 amp. So here we have in comparison, and they weigh 140 grams, right? Plus your connector, whether it's be XT60 or Dean's. The difference here is, as you can see, it's the capacity. The price wise, it's the same, it's $55. But here you have 3500 milliamps, and it's 10 amps constant discharge. And we call it the range pack. And here we have the 3000 milliamps, 20 amps discharge. We call it the buzz pack. Why the buzz pack? It's for those who like to, full throttle and zip around from start to finish. That can give you 20 amps. This pack here at 140 gram, 3000 milliamps, 11.1 volts, can give you 20 amp constant discharge. Of course, you can take your bursts as well, up to 40 amps, but yeah, constant 20 amps. And here you gain 500 milliamps and you lose the 20 amps. You got half of your constant discharge. Here you sacrifice 500 milliamps in capacity and you gain a double dose of a constant discharge of 20 amps. Now on a plane like our Hawksky, the Dynam Hawksky, which is a Bixler type looking plane, a pusher prop at the back, so a beginner's plane, and a lot of people have, our customers have actually set it up for FPV as well. And flying at line of sight on a plane like that, we can fly for 1 hour with constant results, meaning 60 minutes flight every single time with this bigger pack, all right? Because the Dynam Hawksky version 2 cruises at about 3 amps happily, and of course maximum power, full throttle, WOT, wide open throttle, that the Dynam V2 pulls about 17 amps constant. So for those who want to go full throttle, and especially great for FPV chasing other planes, you'd be pretty much spot on with open throttle all the way, chasing different planes. You definitely want to go with the sacrifice the 500 milliamps and get the double the discharge rating, which is a 20 amp. And at that rating, the battery gets nice and warm, where these will start to get very, very hot if you're pulling full throttle, 17 amps, 16 amps for a long, long time for the duration of the flight. So buzz pack and range pack. That's the difference. And if you were to fly really, really nicely, as in very efficiently, you can get about 50 to 60 minutes flight time with this, depending how you manage your throttle. And if you fly really nice and sacrificing the 500 milliamps, which brings it under 3000, you can get a good 40 to 50 minutes. So you're actually losing about 10 minutes for the 500 milliamps loss. You're actually losing about 10 minutes. So 500 milliamp translates. Now, mind you, this is on the Dynam Hawksky version 2. is about 500 milliamps, equivalent to 10 minutes of flight time if you fly really nice, as in, minimum throttle, still maintaining airspeed, cruising speed, we call it, very low amperage cruising speed. Any questions, give us a yell. We've got them in stock now, ready to ship or pick up in store. And there we go, sorting out the batteries. So yeah, any questions, give us a call at the shop, contact us by email, happy to help. Okay, I've got the lithium polymer traditional 3-cell LiPo battery, 2200 milliamps versus a lithium ion 3000 or 3500 milliamps at 11.1 volts. And the weight of them is LiPo 170 grams on a 3S 2200 versus 140 grams with the Fpv-power lithium ion battery. So there's a great difference in weight, and especially when you consider the capacity that they allow as well. So the situation we have here, why such extended range or flight time of our Dynam V2 aeroplane? Why can we get 1 hour of flight time with this pack versus maximum 15-20 minutes of this? Number one, due to the lightweight. What's going on is basically it's the density of the chemistry of the battery. Lithium ion is much more denser than lithium polymer, and of course you don't get the high discharge that you get with a LiPo battery, but on a case specific, meaning on a plane that is low amperage consumption on the runs, I can cruise at a very low amps, very efficient plane we call it, you definitely will win and have tons of fun and plenty of flying time with the lithium ion pack, which HobbyZone supplies now. That's why you can fly so long. Yep, hope that's clear. And okay, so if you were to ask the question, which pack is suitable for me, for yourself, it comes down to what's your amperage draw of your aircraft. For example, the Dynam Hawksky V2, which I've mentioned throughout the video, which is a Bixler type looking plane, a pusher prop, a beginner's trainer plane. That can cruise at 3 amps, 4 amps, 3 to 4 amps cruising and still maintain altitude. And whilst at full throttle, full burst of power, it pulls about constant, it pulls 19 amps and then it drops down to 16, 17 and it maintains. So we call it 17 amps maximum amperage draw. Now, if you're a guy that enjoys flying nice and slow and love his extended flight time and just cruise around, and when I say nice and slow, it's still maintaining altitude, okay? We're actually powering on, there's no thermal activities, we're actually powering on throughout the flight. And if you were going to cruise within the 10 amp range, then go for the range pack. As you know, these two packs, the price is the same, range pack or buzz pack. Take the 10 amp and you get an extra 500 milliamp, which translates to, on our Hawksky V2, Dynam Hawksky V2, is 10 minutes, an extra 10 minutes of flight. So line of sight, we can fly about an hour on it, okay? And let's say if we go and take the buzz pack, now with the same plane, full throttle is by 17 amps. Now, if you are FPVing and you want to film and chase other planes in the air or chase each other, then you'll be basically throttle on from the start to the end. Then definitely go the buzz pack, because if you don't, you'll be pulling 17 amps well above the 10 amp range of the range pack, and your battery will overheat and it will deteriorate with time, okay? Your battery ain't going to blow up, it's just going to get very, very hot, and yeah. But if you get the buzz pack, you are sacrificing 500 milliamp, which if you were to fly it really efficiently would translate to a loss of 10 minutes airtime. That's it, 10 minutes, but you can go full throttle from start to finish. And we're flown like cowboys, sometimes with the buzz pack, not full throttle from start to finish, but we still can get a good 5 minutes to half an hour of flight time if we fly wildly, So up to you how you want to, what style you want to fly. and price is the same. Oh, and one other thing, the buzz pack is 140 grams, and the range pack is 150 grams in weight. So the bigger capacity has a 10-gram addition in its weight due to the chemistry inside. It's more capacity. So, yep, hope that helps you in making your mind up.